Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to cover the concept of conditionals in C programming. What exactly are conditionals? Conditional statements are basically the statements in C programming that helps us to make a decision. That is, it helps us to decide that which statements or say logic we need to execute when certain conditions are true. Okay, that is based on certain conditions. Conditionals are nothing but basically they are the logical statements that help us to execute some of the particular statement when some conditional conditions are fulfilled. Okay, so just take an example that if a person tells you something, then you reply that if you get me this thing done, then I will do what you tell. So this is basically a condition that you are giving to him. Okay. So similarly, C programming allows us to perform the same thing that we are going to apply the conditions, and if that conditions are fulfilled, then and only then the things or say the statements or say logical entities that are written inside the conditional block is going to be executed. Okay, and this particular conditional statement are going to have Boolean expressions inside them. Now, what are Boolean expressions? Boolean expressions are nothing but expressions that written true or false. Okay, or say 1 and 0 respectively. 1 is for true and 0 is for false. So, Boolean expressions are present inside the conditional statement, and if true is written, then the condition is executed, that is the conditional statement is executed, and if false is written by this boolean expression, then the conditional statement is not executed. Now in C programming there are basically that is five conditional statements that we can use, that is if statement, then if else statement, then nested if else statement, if else ladder, and switch statement. In this video, we are going to cover the concept of if statement, and we are going to look at the hands-on of if statement. Now, what exactly is if statement? Okay, so the if statement is basically giving us a power whose syntax is basically like this, that we have to write a keyword if and open the parenthesis, and inside that parenthesis we are going to write the boolean expression. Okay, and if this particular expression returns true, then if statement would be executed, and whatever code that is written inside this particular curly parenthesis is going to be executed. If it return false, this particular expression return false, then if statement is not going to be executed. So let us have a look at the diagram. Suppose we are just beginning with the program, and if condition is encountered. Now, the expression that is present inside the if condition, if that expression returns true, then the if block would be executed. The if block is basically nothing but anything that is present between this two curly parentheses. Okay, that is the code that is present between two curly parentheses. So if this particular expression returns true, then whatever code is written between these two curly parentheses is going to be executed. If false is written, then this code is not going to be executed. Okay, so similar is the study of the diagram, that once we encounter the if condition, and if the expression that is present inside the if condition returns true, then the if block is going to be executed, and if the expression that is present inside the if condition returns false, then the if block won't be executed, and the if statement if statement would be ending. Okay, so just to look here, uh, how the if statement works. If the expression is evaluated to non-zero, now why it is written non-zero here? Because in C programming language, anything that is non-zero or non-null is considered to be true, and anything that is zero or null is considered to be false. Okay, so if anything that is anything that is evaluated by expression is non-zero or true, then the if block is executed, and if it is false, then the statement that is present next to the if block is executed. Okay, so this is basically how the if statement works. Now just we can move to the hands-on. So in today's video I'm using a different IDE which is known as Visual Studio Code. And if you want to learn how you can download the Visual Studio Code, there will be a separate video that would be provided soon. So first of all I will just include uh, that is same thing, that is stdio.h. Remember that you can use the code block IDE also, it doesn't matter which IDE you are using. Now I will just write my int main function and I will just write an integer, a variable, that is declare an integer variable a, and I will just initialize it to 20. Okay, and I will just write another integer variable b and I will initialize it to 30. Now, what are the Boolean conditions or say Boolean expressions that we are going to provide in the if statement? So basically, they are going to be the relational. They are going to be the relational operators. So what are relational operators? As I have explained you in the previous video, that relational operators are nothing. Relational operators are nothing but the operators like greater than, then less than equal to, other than it, it's greater than equal to, it's less than equal to, it's other than it's not equal to. So these are some of the relational operators that we can use in the if block, sorry, if statement. And the logical expression or some Boolean expression that we are going to give in the if statement may be present here. Okay, it is not necessary that it may only be this, but basically they are these expressions, that is they are these are the operators that are used in the if statement. Okay, and how are they used? Let's have a look. So now consider that if a is greater than, sorry, as here a is less than b, I will just take the condition that if a is less than b, then what I am going to do is I am going to print that a is less than b. Okay, and other than it I am going to print, I am just giving the slash and escape, that is escape series at the beginning, so that it just print in the new line, and I am just going to print the statement after if condition. Okay, so what I'm trying to make you understand is that how the if condition is executed, and as it's an integer type main function, so I'm just going to return 0 as it is not returning anything. So I will just save the file and I will just write here that these are some relational operators we use in Boolean expression in if statement. Why are these particular relational operators used? Because I made you understand in previous videos that this relational operators always gives the output in the terms of true or false. If the number is greater than the other number, then it will return true. In case the greater sign is used, other than it, it will return false. Similar is the case for all the relational operators. So whenever you are going to use if statement, then we are generally going to use the relational operators. Okay. So now what exactly will happen is the main function will start to be executed. After that, the variable a and b would be stored, and the value 20 and 30 in variable a and b would be stored respectively. Now after that, our compiler will be executing this if statement, and it will check the condition that is present inside the if statement. Now as a is less than equal to b, because 20 is less than 30, this particular a less than b is going to return true. Okay, and as this condition is true, if statement is going to be getting true here, and as it is true or say a non-zero thing, therefore it is going to execute this if statement, that is whatever code that is present between whatever code that is present between these two curly parentheses. and after that it is going to execute this printf statement. Okay, and once return 0 is encountered, the program is getting finished. Okay, now let's run this program. So I will just go to run and just click on run button here, and let's see what's the output. So here you can see that output is a is less than b, and other than it a printf statement is working, that is the statement after if condition. Okay, so you can just have a look at output here. Okay, that is a is less than b and the statement after if condition. Now what I want to make you understand is this statement that is present after the if condition would always be executed whether if condition is executed or not, but the statement that is present inside the if condition would only be executed if and only if this particular boolean expression returns true or say non-zero value. So let's make it the other way, that is a is greater than b. Now a is 20 and b is 30, therefore a is not greater than b because 20 is not greater than 30, therefore this particular boolean expression would return false. Okay, so this particular if block won't be executed, and directly what will be getting what will be the output we would be getting is the statement after if condition. Okay, so let's check if we are getting the same output or not. So I will just delete this output and I will just run the program again, and let's wait for the output. And yes, you can see that as a is not greater than b, therefore it is returning false, and as it is returning false the if statement is not executed, and therefore whatever code is present between these two curly parentheses is not executed. Only the code that is present after the if statement is executed, and therefore we are getting the statement after if condition as an output. So this is all about the if statement that is present in the conditionals part of the C programming. And in next video, we are going to look at if else statement that is present in the conditional part of the programming. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you once again. Have a good day.